away.
So imagine yourself in your car as a front seat passenger with your two best friends on your way to their high school graduation party, and they're about to graduate the next day. Suddenly, tires screech and everything blacks out. You regain your consciousness, you look around, you notice a sea of blood and glass scattered like ants. And your two best friends, they won't respond no matter how much you scream, you beg them to wake up, they don't respond. You look over at the second car and a couple cries because their two young children have died. And in the third car, the driver is arrested because it had been revealed that they were texting and driving. Many of you associated this with drunk driving. We can all agree that one would never get behind the wheel if they've had too much to drink, and we can all agree that the punishments are fair. And we all think that texting and driving is bad. However, many people tend to overlook it because we're all glued to our phones on a day-to-day basis. The punishment for texting and driving should be the same as the punishment for drunk driving because it increases the risk of a car accident and impairs the focus of the driver. It kills and injures people, the rates of its occurrence are high, and the laws that are in place now aren't effective enough. And with the dangers and ineffective laws, there are solutions that can lessen how much this happens. According to Mark Gilger Jr. from McClatchy Tribune Business News of 2011, if you text and drive, the risk is 23 times higher. And according to Oklahoma Turnpike Authority, or OTA for short, Executive Director Tim Stewart stated, and according to James Coburn of the Edmunds Sun of 2015, that texting and driving is a cognitive distraction, and you lose up to 50% of your driving environment if you decide to text and drive. An article called 10 Facts That You May Not Know About Texting and Driving that was published in 2015 states that the average time that one takes to text and drive is 5 seconds. And to put that in perspective, if you take 5 seconds to text and drive, if you're traveling 55 miles per hour, you will have traveled the entire length of a football field. In Transport Research Laboratory, according to John Fletcher from Express and Echo 2008, conducted a test that tested the reaction times of teenagers who were impaired by the influence of alcohol and texting and driving. When the teenagers were at the legal limit of 0.08 and were drunk driving, their reaction times were 12% lower. And if they were texting and driving, their reaction times were 35% lower. And according to Ironton Tribune of 2009, another test was conducted. The subject was traveling at 35 miles per hour. And when they were reading a text, they traveled an extra 6 feet, an extra 4 feet to write the text, and only 1 extra foot for drunk driving. And this indicates that distracted driving can be just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than drunk driving. And those few seconds that you take your eyes off the road to text and drive can severely injure someone, or worse, end their life. Bismarck Tribune of 2015 states that 424,000 injuries occurred because of texting and driving-related collisions. And the National Highway Traffic Safety Association of 2015 states that 3,514 were killed in 2013 because of it. And Plus Media Solutions of 2015 states that texting and driving can cost you at least the price of a ticket, or can even cost you someone else's life, or even yours. Some people might think, oh, that won't happen to me, until it actually does. And according to Austin American Statesman of 2013, Alex Brown, a 17-year-old girl from Wellman, Texas, had been warned numerous times by her father not to text and drive. And she responded to him saying, "Dad, that's not me. That happens to other people." On November 10th of 2009, not much longer after that warning, she was killed because she was texting and driving. And no one's immune to the texting and driving. It can happen to anyone. And if you remember my story in the introduction, you could be involved in a car accident because someone else decided to text and drive. It can happen to anyone. And the rates of occurrence are high. Despite the dangers, rates are high. 660,000 people use their phones and drive, according to the Transport Tribune of 2013. And 49% of drivers under the age of 35 engage in texting and driving. 43% of high school students admit to texting and driving within the past 30 days, and this was all from India Pharma News of 2013. 1 million crashes occur each year due to texting and driving, according to U.S. official news. And if you want to simplify that, 1 accident every 24 seconds occurs. Some people might think it's not a big deal if everyone else is doing it. It is a big deal. India Automobile News of 2015 states that 97% of consumers say that this is the biggest safety concern. And if you think everyone's doing it, you're just hopping on the bandwagon. Just because it seems like everyone else is doing it doesn't make it okay. And the laws that are in place now aren't effective enough. The Government Highway Safety Association states that as of November of 2015, that there are bans in 46 states for texting and driving, and it's illegal for everybody. However, India Pharma News of 2013 states that 39% of teens engage in distracted driving where it's illegal, and 44% of people do it where there are no bans at all. 4 states don't have bans for everybody, including the state of Missouri. And in Missouri, if you're under the age of 21, it's illegal, but if you're over 21, it is legal. And to me, that's a disappointment. And for example, most states, they don't even send you to jail, they only fine you. In Florida, according to Tampa Tribune of 2015, the first offense if you get caught in Florida is only $30. And imagine if you lost a loved one because someone else was texting and driving that they only got away with a $30 fine. You wouldn't want them to get away so easily. And some people might think it's too harsh to send someone to jail just because they're texting and driving. What's harsh is the fact that people are being confined to wheelchairs. There's people who will never be able to function independently again because of permanent brain damage they sustained from the accident. And there's people who lose their lives, all because someone else decided to text and drive. And with the dangers of distracted driving, there are solutions that can help lessen how much this occurs. The best thing to do is to turn off your phone, put it out of your reach, and if you're a passenger, make the calls or texts for someone, and if they're doing it, speak up. According to Arizona You Text, You Drive, You Pay campaign. And I encourage all of you to go to the App Store and download the app called Lifesaver. And according to Zoom Company Info 2015, this helps encourage safe driving. And in conclusion, texting and driving punishments should be the same as drunk driving punishments because it increases the risk of getting into an accident, impairs the focus of the driver. It injures and kills people every year. A lot of people are engaging in it, and the laws in place now aren't effective enough. This relates to the public affairs mission of Missouri State through ethical leadership and community engagement. Through ethical leadership, it starts with one person to make the road safer, and it'll start a chain reaction the same. And with community engagement, if we can all educate each other, make each other aware of the issue, we can lessen how much it happens. And never forget this simple concept from Ad Council and National Highway Safety Traffic Association. Stop the texts, stop the wrecks. Thank you.